Why do I carry a Connecticut quarter with me? Let's find out. I carry several things in my pocket as little mementos. The Connecticut quarter is one of them. And here's the story. Happy 250th anniversary of the United States of America. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. This story I'm about to tell actually really goes out to the students of my mom, LouAnn Eastep, those students in Los Fresnos and on San Benito, Harlingen, Texas, and Puryear, Tennessee. They have, I'm sure, learned so many things from her. This story it's just been near and dear to my heart, and I thought I really needed to share this with you guys. The story of the Charter Oak. So, as you know, my mother was a 5th grade teacher. And so what do you cover in 5th grade? Well, of course, you cover the American Revolution. You cover the early days of the United States. If you think about it, the Charter Oak, as an act of defiance, goes right along with the Declaration of Independence. The story of the Charter Oak. For those of you not from Connecticut, when King Charles issued the charter in 1662, the Connecticut colony had more rights and privileges than the other colonies at the time. In 1687, King James II attempted to include Connecticut as a dominion of New England, which was to include the New England colonies and New York into one region. And he appointed Sir Edmund Andros as the governor of the region. The people of Connecticut were at risk of losing their charter. Now, the legend has it that the meeting that took place in Hartford, Connecticut, the candles all went out suddenly. And then Captain Joseph Wadsworth grabbed the charter and hid it in an oak tree in Hartford, Connecticut. That tree then became known as the Charter Oak. The tree is no longer there. They have a monument in place of the tree. Jump forward to late 80s, early 90s. This is where my family gets involved in the whole situation. We go to visit my sister in Connecticut for Christmas, and my mom tells her students, we're going to go take pictures of the monument, obviously because the tree's not there. So when we get there, we ask my brother-in-law, where's the Charter Oak? Huh? He couldn't tell us. We started asking around, and people sit there, scratch their heads, and say, I've heard some story, but nobody could tell us where this monument was. Finally, we get a hold of the Historical Society. They gave us an address. So we go to this address. What we find, after driving around several times around this address, not finding what we're looking for, there is a road that splits. And there is this corner post to this gate that we see with a fence running behind it. What we did not realize was what we thought was the corner post of the gate turned out to be the monument. So naturally, we parked and got out, took pictures of the monument, and when we got back to Texas, we showed those pictures to her students and told the story, trying to find this monument. Also, while we were there, of course, in Enfield, Connecticut is the headquarters for American Radio Relay League, which is the headquarters for ham radio operators, headquarters and a museum, by the way. So if you're ever in Enfield, Connecticut, and you're a ham radio operator, this is Mecca for you guys. I highly recommend you go there. So let's jump forward to the 90s. So in 1999, when they were at the height of issuing the state quarters, then the Connecticut quarter came out, and what's on the back of the Connecticut quarter but the Charter Oak? And of course, I started laughing because I thought, These people in Connecticut are going to see this tree in the back of their quarter and wonder, why is there a tree in the back of my quarter? If they couldn't remember the history of the Charter Oak. You know, I'm not saying all people in Connecticut are going to not know their history. Here's my message to you guys. You're from whatever area you're from. It's best that you know this history of where you're from, whatever city, state, county that you're from, because some tourist may come up to you and say, where is this? In our case here, down here in Texas, where's the Fort Brown? Where is the Palo Alto battlefield, which was the last battle of the Civil War? As a resident of the area, it's best that you know what where these things are in case a tourist were to come up and ask you about that history. Do you agree with what I said? Let me know in the comments. If there's some special history in an area that you're from, drop it in the comments as well. I'd look forward to reading some of those. And again, happy 250th. Happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July, and we'll see you in the next video.